August 1994, Puerto Rico. An FBI agent returns from his morning run. A whisper cuts through the silence. Before he can react, cold metal touches his head. Get down. Don't even think about running. You won't make it. His family sleeps inside, unaware. But this agent isn't ordinary. For 6 years, he posed as a cartel smuggler. He earned the trust of 75 cartel assassins. He moved over $1 billion in cocaine through the Caribbean, every ounce seized by federal agents. He washed millions for Colombia's most ruthless money boss. 3 days ago, his testimony destroyed 52 cartel operatives in one indictment. Now, someone's come for payback. The man who ordered the hit has never been arrested. Our agent stands barefoot, unarmed, seconds from death. His only tool, a door. How did one man survive 6 years in the cartel's inner circle? And does the hitman complete his mission?
Late 1980s, Miami. The drug war rages. Pablo Escobar's Medellin cartel pumps nearly 2 million pounds of cocaine into America yearly. Busting shipments barely slows them down. To the cartel, it's just the cost of business. The FBI realizes traditional tactics won't work. They don't need another arrest. They need someone inside. Martin Suarez checks every box. Navy veteran, skilled pilot and navigator, Puerto Rican-born, fluent in Spanish, steady under pressure. On paper, he's perfect for infiltrating a cartel. But skills alone won't keep him breathing. To gain Colombian trust, Martin can't just pretend, he must transform. One wrong word, one slip, and he's dead before he can call for help. The FBI builds him an airtight cover identity. Enter Diego, a former Medellin pilot turned informant who once flew cocaine for one of Escobar's top lieutenants. Diego becomes Martin's criminal professor, teaching him to walk, talk, and think like a trafficker. Diego drills him relentlessly, the swagger, the slang, the spending. Never be cheap, he warns. Cartel guys burn cash like fuel. Martin learns to curse in Colombian Spanish with conviction. He learns which whiskey cartel bosses drink, aged scotch, never bourbon. Which watch to wear, a diamond Rolex. Which questions never to ask. Prying about family gets you killed. Every detail could expose him. Every mistake could be fatal. Martin transforms completely. Long hair, Italian suits, ostrich skin boots, guayabera shirts, fedoras, gold bracelet on one wrist, diamond Rolex on the other, all FBI budget. The Bureau provides 2 Porsches, a gold 928 and a black 911 Carrera. Most agents get desks. Martin gets sports cars. The FBI sets up his front in a Miami warehouse district, Manny's produce export business. Hidden microphones everywhere, every phone call recorded. If this works, they capture invaluable intelligence. If it fails, they might record Martin's final moments. Martin Suarez disappears. In his place stands Manny, a flashy, independent smuggler with a reputation for reliability and zero morals. Manny talks faster, laughs louder, spends freely. He knows all the codes. But will the cartel buy it?
The first test arrives fast. 3 women walk into Manny's office carrying boxes overflowing with cash. They say it's from El Viejo, the old man. Martin recognizes the name, Gerardo Moncada Valencia, a veteran trafficker in Escobar's inner circle who controls jungle cocaine labs and pays Marxist guerrillas for protection. If Valencia is sending cash, the cartel's interested. The boxes contain a down payment for a major shipment. The FBI photographs every serial number, then lets Manny deliver the money. The operation has begun, but cartel trust isn't given, it's earned through fire. Before receiving any product, the cartel imposes a brutal test. Manny must meet 75 operatives across multiple countries. Each will evaluate him. Together, they'll decide if he's legitimate or dead. Real cops have budgets, timelines, jurisdictions. A real cop can't travel for months without raising flags or running out of funds. A real cop gets impatient. The cartel's test exploits exactly that. Martin's handlers grimace at the scope. Once Manny's loose, it's all improvisation and instinct. One handler claps his shoulder. Good luck. You're about to speed date 75 psychopaths. Don't let any break your heart. Martin forces a smile, but the weight is crushing. If even one cartel lieutenant doubts Manny, Martin Suarez vanishes permanently. 1989. Manny's world tour begins. The cartel sends him zigzagging. Panama, Guatemala, Honduras, Puerto Rico, Boston, New York, Rhode Island. Over 8 months, Martin lives from suitcases in roach-infested motels, never knowing who's next or what test awaits. The vetting is cruel. Meetings scheduled, then canceled to test patients. Dead drops change locations without warning. A Panama contact makes him wait 6 hours at a cafe just to see if he gets nervous. In Honduras, a warehouse rendezvous turns up empty, perhaps watched by unseen eyes. They're checking if Manny has handlers or deadlines. Real traffickers don't punch clocks. Does Manny? Each encounter reveals a different network facet. A wild-eyed pilot rambles about dodging DEA radar. A suited financier grills him on offshore accounts. A scarred sicario sits silently, staring, testing whether Manny cracks under pressure. Martin stays in character throughout, heart pounding but outwardly cool, cocky, slightly unhinged, exactly what they expect. He drinks with them, jokes with them, lets them believe he's as corrupt as they come. Inside, the stress devours him. By month 3, Martin can't remember where Manny ends and he begins. The double life warps him. Alone in another dingy hotel, he stares at the mirror and sees Manny's gold chain-wearing reflection smirking back. Who am I right now? An FBI agent? A criminal? Both? Disturbingly, being both works. Martin discovers his best strategy isn't compartmentalizing. The more he embraces Manny as part of himself, the more naturally he navigates their world. It's a psychological tightrope. By day, he does things that would have sickened his younger self. Bribery, laundering, arranging murders over the phone. The arrangements are fake, but the words taste real. By night, he tells himself it's for the right reasons, but daily, that moral line blurs. 8 nerve-shredding months culminate in a quiet verdict. The whispers circulate. Manny's solid. Manny's one of us. 75 drug traffickers agree this Puerto Rican smuggler is genuine. Martin should feel triumph. Instead, he feels ice. By convincing them, he's embedded himself deeper than imagined. The Medellin cartel now considers Manny a trusted insider, worthy of major responsibility. He's gotten what he wanted, access, but there's no easy exit. Parts of him are Manny now. The reward arrives immediately, and it's massive. The cartel offers Manny 3,000 kilos of 95% pure Colombian cocaine. Street value, approximately $500 million. Manny's job, retrieve it from the middle of the Caribbean and deliver it to Miami, all in one night, under darkness. It'll be the largest single drug shipment an undercover FBI agent has ever handled. Martin's heart skips. This is the moment of truth. If he fails, the cartel will suspect incompetence at best, betrayal at worst. Either way, very dangerous people will hunt him. But there's no backing out. Manny grins and tells the bosses, no problem, consider it done. Early 1990, the FBI prepares one of its most audacious stings. Martin spends 6 weeks planning logistics under cartel watch while secretly coordinating federal agents. They need ironclad proof tying this cocaine to the Colombian cartel, from source to shore. If any evidence link breaks, the case collapses. Every piece is carefully arranged. Cocaine will be dropped by plane over open water. Martin, as Manny, will lead the retrieval team by boat. His crew, undercover FBI agents posing as smugglers. Surveillance aircraft and Coast Guard cutters wait just out of sight. In Grand Cayman, Martin's team stages equipment. Speedboats fueled, painted dull colors for night concealment. 3 anxious days, double-checking radios, rehearsing cover stories. Finally, the call. Planes en route from Colombia, loaded with cocaine. Time to move. The flotilla sets off northward through turquoise waters into open Caribbean. Martin stands at the lead boat's helm, wind whipping his face. 3 days through rolling swells, skirting Jamaica and Haiti under baking sun. By the 3rd night, they reach the Windward Passage, a dark strait between Haiti and Cuba, known for treacherous currents. Midnight, moonless sky. Martin kills the engine, only lapping waves and his pounding pulse. He radios a coded signal, "We're here." Moments later, aircraft engines rumble overhead. Martin's throat tightens. Suddenly, something massive slams the water nearby like a bomb. Then another. It's raining refrigerators. That's what 45-kilo bales of coke wrapped in canvas sound like, hurtling from low-flying planes. Each impact cracks across waves like gunshots. Martin's crew flinches as one bundle careens close, nearly capsizing their boat in the splash wake. They scramble into action. In starlight, Martin sees dozens of floating bales bobbing, each spray-painted with the cartel's logo. Manny and his smugglers haul cocaine from the sea with hooks and muscle. The bundles are waterlogged, heavy. Martin's arms ache wrestling one onto deck. Somewhere in darkness, cartel observers might be watching. Martin forces a triumphant whoop, acting like a smuggler who hit the jackpot instead of an agent collecting evidence. For hours they toil, until boats ride low, loaded with an empire's ransom, 3,000 kilos accounted for. They race to Miami, hugging the dark horizon, evading Coast Guard patrols with secret help from authorities instructed to ignore Manny's route. By dawn, boats slip into a quiet South Florida marina where cartel trucks await. Manny oversees the transfer, bale after bale, into a refrigerated produce truck. The instant cartel men slam the doors, FBI strike teams converge. DEA agents storm in. Miami-Dade police block exits. Stunned traffickers are cuffed. It's one of the largest drug seizures in FBI history. Manny slips away in the confusion, acting furious and scared. Later, he tells cartel contacts the bust was bad luck, and they believe him. In the cartel's eyes, Manny delivered. High-level bosses chalk it up as operational loss, not an inside job. Martin's cover survives intact. Over the next year, Manny transports over $1 billion worth of cocaine for Medellin and their allies. Every gram ultimately intercepted by law enforcement, though the cartel never learns this. Each operation tightens the noose around the cartel's necks, but also around Martin's double life. After Pablo Escobar's fall in December 1993, another Colombian network rises. They want Manny for a different job, help them launder millions. It's a promotion into the cartel's financial heart, but it pits him against a new breed of operative, intelligent, paranoid, and lethal in ways smugglers never were. 1992, Puerto Rico. Martin transfers to the FBI's San Juan field office, officially to be closer to aging parents and take a break from undercover work. In reality, Puerto Rico has become a crucial cartel finance hub. An IRS tip flags suspicious transactions. A man repeatedly walking into a San Juan bank with duffel bags of cash, walking out with cashier's checks just under $10,000 each. Classic smurfing, breaking large piles of dirty money into small deposits to dodge federal reporting. The IRS asks the FBI to investigate. Martin is pulled in. Agents uncover a network converting drug dollars into monetary instruments that slip into the legitimate financial system. Complex work, but exactly how cartels hide billions in plain sight. Thanks to groundwork Martin laid as Manny, an opportunity emerges. Manny can enter the money laundering side. The FBI flips a low-level smurf, persuading him to introduce Manny up the chain. Martin crafts a new chapter in Manny's legend, a semi-retired smuggler seeking safer, cerebral work. No more high-speed chases. Manny wants finance. To launderers, this makes sense. Manny's reputation precedes him, the guy who moved loads few others could. If he wants to wash cash now, that's a resume they respect. Soon, Martin's on the phone with a new puppet master. The voice is smooth, confident, chillingly matter-of-fact. He calls himself El Toro Negro, the Black Bull. His real identity is so secret he's almost a ghost, but his influence is real. El Toro Negro is the money boss for the North Coast Cartel operating from Macau, Colombia, infamous as a lawless bazaar of smuggling and laundering, strategically close to Venezuela and offshore banking havens. If cocaine cartels have a Wall Street, Macau is it, and El Toro Negro is its Gordon Gekko with a murderous twist. Over a secure line, El Toro Negro greets Manny with friendly warmth, even joking about Puerto Rican rum. Martin plays along, dropping financial jargon. Then, without changing his pleasant tone, El Toro slides in a sentence that makes Martin sweat. "We're all going to make a lot of money together, Manny. But if I smell something bad, I have a long arm. I can reach around the world and touch you on the shoulder." The most polite death threat Martin has ever received. Working under El Toro Negro is a masterclass in high-level laundering. Manny's new colleagues are educated accountants, bankers, economists, some with Ivy League degrees. They dress in conservative suits, carry briefcases instead of gold-plated pistols, but they're every bit as dangerous. They don't need to show off, they only need to not get caught. Martin starts laundering tens of millions. He sets up shell companies, offshore accounts. He brokers deals to buy commodities, precious metals, electronics, even imported onions with dirty cash, then immediately resells them. The process turns drug money into legitimate earnings. Dizzyingly complex, but Martin documents each step for the FBI. He's gathering evidence of the black market peso exchange, an underground system cartels worldwide use to launder drug profits. This isn't local crime, it's global conspiracy worth billions. The deeper Martin digs, the astonishing it becomes. Hints that legitimate banks have complicit insiders, whispers that major U.S. corporations indirectly participate. Intelligence suggesting high-level Colombian government officials might benefit, discoveries that could topple governments. By mid-1994, Martin controls approximately $12 million in cartel funds. The FBI decides it's time. They prepare a sweeping indictment to take down the entire network. Martin's 6-year odyssey is about to end. August 1994. Federal prosecutors unseal the case and unleash arrest warrants. 52 cartel members charged with trafficking, laundering, and conspiracy. One of the largest crackdowns ever. Nearly all will plead guilty. But one name is absent from the indictment: Manny. To surviving cartel members, the conclusion is inescapable. There was a traitor. Someone close, with access to everything, betrayed them. El Toro Negro is furious but calculating. In the underworld, betrayal demands blood. The Black Bull's long arm is already reaching across the ocean. Days after indictments, Martin finishes his morning jog and turns down his suburban street. Palm trees sway behind security gates. Everything looks normal, but Martin's senses are on high alert. He knows the storm he's unleashed. He just doesn't know from which direction. He walks to his home, scans the area. Nothing wrong. Opens his gate, steps onto the patio, sinks into a chair dripping sweat, and closes his eyes. That's when he hears it, an unmistakable hiss. His eyes flash open, a silhouette in his peripheral vision. Before he can move, a gun barrel presses against his skull. The sicario has found him. On your knees. Don't run. You won't outrun these bullets. Martin's mind races. Unarmed, flat-footed. If he runs, dead. If he fights, dead. His only chance, think. The assassin is coiled with nervous energy, an assassin high on adrenaline, maybe drugs, sent to finish quickly. Remarkably, Martin feels strange calm. A thought crystallizes. Stall. In a steady voice, Martin speaks. Hey, take it easy. I'm just a guest here, watching the house for a friend. A lie so audacious, the hitman blinks. The house is nice enough that no random guest would be lounging in jogging clothes. He expected fear, begging. Instead, confusion. He hesitates. Neither man moves. The assassin studies Martin's face, perhaps recalling a description, perhaps second-guessing himself. Martin's heart hammers, but he looks straight ahead, appearing irritated more than terrified. A minute passes. 2. The hitman motions with the revolver. Inside. Move. He wants Martin somewhere out of public view to finish the job. Martin's blood runs cold. Going inside could be death, but he complies. Walking to the door, the hitman yards behind, weapon trained. His mind fumbles for a plan. As he reaches the door, sweaty hand on the knob, an idea sparks. This is his only chance. He pushes the door open inward. For a split second, the hitman's line of sight shifts as he prepares to follow. Martin spins and slams the door outward into the hitman. It catches him off guard, sending him stumbling off the porch. Martin pivots and launches himself in the opposite direction. A gunshot explodes. The hitman fires wildly. The bullet whizzes past Martin's ear. He hits the ground hard, but scrambles around the house, where his off-duty sidearm is stashed inside a screened window. Another shot splinters the doorframe. Martin yanks the screen and grabs his pistol. Years of training kick in. He bursts around the corner, gun extended. The hitman is running, sprinting across the lawn toward a gap in the hedge leading to the golf course. Martin fires but misses. He fires again. The hitman returns fire over his shoulder, a chaotic exchange in the tropical suburb. Martin ducks as a round shatters his car's windshield. He squeezes the trigger. Empty. Silence, except for Martin's ragged breathing. He watches the sicario disappear into the golf course, limping slightly. He got away. Martin stands barefoot in the grass, chest heaving, acrid gunpowder smell in the air. Blood drips into his eye. His nose is broken, likely from slamming into the door. But he's alive. Police sirens wail. Hours later, officers find a man hiding in brush by the golf course, scratched by thorns. In his pocket, a Smith & Wesson revolver with 2 rounds fired. Under interrogation, the captured assassin stays silent. He refuses his name, his employers, anything. Without him talking, no hard evidence ties this to El Toro Negro. Local news reports it as a home invasion foiled by an off-duty FBI agent. The FBI knows the truth. Martin knows the truth. El Toro had kept his promise. The long arm reached out. It just didn't grab hard enough.